Welcome back to another video. On this one, I'm going to share with you all the tools that we use in our business. Well, I'll share with you which ones stay in the van, which ones stay at the shop, which ones float between both, which ones we use the most, which ones we use the least, and I'll give you a quick rundown of every single tool. It won't be like a thorough breakdown of every tool because you'll see there's quite a bit of tools, but it'll be on tools and hardware, so no chemicals, no brushes, things like things that have to be turned on by a battery or by something electric. So let's go ahead and get started with breaking down the entire list of tools that we use. So I'll do my best to put most of the links down below. I might miss some, I might skip some, but I'll do my best. So just check down in the description box for most of these tools. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and name these tools off, and then I'll break them down as I go. I'll break them down afterwards, but I'll just tell you the tool and where we use it at, okay? So bear with me. This might take a little bit. So we have the mighty HP60 Spider, that's in the van. We have a AR Blue Clean pressure washer coming in, but that will be for the van. We have an active pressure washer, that's for the van. We have a Karcher 1700 pressure washer, that's for the shop. We have a rigid 9-gallon vacuum, that's for the shop. We have a rigid 4-gallon vacuum, that's for the van. We have 4 generators. We have a Predator 2000, a Honda 2000, a Predator 3500, and a Predator 8750. The one we have in the van currently is the 8750. We have 2 compressors. We have a DeWalt 27-gallon air compressor and a rigid air compressor. We have 3 electrical reels, 2 in the shop and 1 in the van. We have 2 air hose reels, 1 in the shop, 1 at the van. We have 2 DeWalt cordless fans, those stay at the shop. We have 2 DeWalt cordless vacuums, 1 in the shop, 1 in the van. We have a I forgot the light output, but it's a Husky LED light that's at the shop. We have, in total, we have 7 air movers. We have 1 X-Power air mover that stays at the shop, and then we have 6 dry pod air movers, 4 at the shop, 2 in the van. In total, we have 6 LED light bars. I forget the name, it'll be linked down below, but there's 2 in the van, 4 at the shop. We have 3 scan grip headlamps, 2 in the shop, 1 in the van. We have I think about 5 or 4 cordless polishers. We have the Adams and the SPTA 15mm cordless polisher. 1's in the van, 1's at the shop. We have, and then I'm just name these off, a Grits Garage G15, a MacShine rotary, a Flex mini polisher cordless, an SPTA 1-inch mini polisher, that's in the van, cordless. We have your Grits Garage GG6. We have a MacShine 15mm. We have that AutoZone polisher that we use just to apply the wax. That's also cordless. We have a Vortex cleaning gun. That's at the shop. We have 2 Tornador cleaning guns, both in the van. We have 1 Scan Grip Multi-Match 3 lights. That's at the shop. We have a TEL 1000 ozone machine. That's primarily at the shop just because all odor removal services are here at the shop. We have a Burgess thermal fogger at the shop. We have an Eagle Power Plus blower. That's for the van. We have a motorcycle blower. That's for the shop. We have an Aqua Pro steamer that goes between both. We have a Pro Dual 6 steamer that goes between both. We have 4 DeWalt cordless drills, 2 at the shop, 2 in the van. We just received a VersaClean spotter. It's like a mini extractor. That was actually free. They sent it over to us. I gotta review it. We have 1 of those, and that's gonna be at the shop, but that'll float between both. And then a water pump for the van to siphon water up to move water around. And I want to say that's 99% of the tools that we carry in both our shop and van. So now let me break down which ones we use the most, which ones are most impactful, and I'm gonna kind of go through this kind of quick because it's so many, so I can't cover each one. If you want me to review a specific tool that I haven't, or you just want me to do an update on it, please let me know in the comment section, because there are right now, I have 43 things here on this list. I can't, let me know which ones you want to see most, and I'll cover them in a separate video or do a follow-up or whatever. But just gotta let me know which ones you want to see. So in terms of use cases, the extractor is probably at the top. So anything that involves the interior, as far as interior cleaning, will be at the top of the list. So the HP60 Spider, the air hose reel, and the cleaning gun. Those things get used heavily with the extractor, the drill, Those things get used all the time because we are a interior focused, heavy operations over here. So anything that has to do with the interior, we use all the time, and that's gonna be for both the shop and the van. We're using everything interior. Now we will be ordering another extractor to have it dedicated here at the shop. We just haven't ordered it because it's a little expensive. I think it's gonna be like 1,600, but we'll keep the newer generator, the stronger extractor that we're gonna order in the van, and we're gonna move that H260 Spider into the shop. So I'll let you guys know. Oh, one thing I forgot is the Sapphire upholstery tool. We use that thing all the time. The Sapphire upholstery tool, I've mentioned it several times in videos. I have a video on it, but we use that thing all the time. So anything interior related, we use that a lot. Now, another thing that we use, same thing with interiors, is the air movers, especially here at the shop. When we have like 2-3 cars in here and we can't move it out, or we're still working on it, as soon as we're done with the first driver's seat, because if it's here at the shop and like the customer is waiting, we don't want to return the vehicle with like a wet car or a damp car. So as soon as we're done with the driver front seat, and whoever moves to the back or to the passenger, we immediately put an air mover on there to start drying it. And as they progress through the seats, we keep on adding air movers. So let's say they go from the driver front, they're done with that one, they go to the passenger front, we'll put an air mover. Once they're done with the passenger front, they go to the back side, we'll add another air mover to the passenger seat. When they're done with the right side of the rear of the back row, we'll put an air mover right there. So as they keep on jumping to the next seat, we are following behind them with an air mover, because we want to be able to dry the vehicle, the seats, as quickly as you can. Because sometimes we'll have a customer here waiting for an hour, and by the time we give it back to them, we want to have the interior as dry as it can be. More specifically, the front driver, so their butt and back doesn't get wet. So as soon as that extractor stops working, well, moves on to the next one, we're putting an air mover. So those get used. That's why we have 4 here and 2 in the van, because we use them a lot. Another thing that we use frequently, same thing with interiors, is going to be the LED light bars. I forget their name, but we put them on the inside of interiors or when we're working on the engine bay. So that helps light up a lot, especially if you're working in areas that the sun goes down quick, or when it's like when the sun goes away, like at 4 p.m. You definitely need to carry these. So we carry 4 in the shop because if we have multiple vehicles here, having 2 is not enough, you know? Like if we have multiple vehicles here and they're getting some type of interior work, we need 2 on each one so we can have the vehicles lit properly. So that's why we have 4 here and 2 in the van. So those are super important for us, because lighting in the shop lighting up a shop for the interior use is pretty difficult, which is why we also have 2 scan grip headlamps, so we can also use them not just for paint correction, but when we're working on the interior. But that's more of a Lex thing. I don't really use them. I just use the light bar, and that's good enough. So another big thing that we use, which we'll have it here at the shop too, is having everything on reel. So in the van, of course, we have the air hose reel, electrical wheel, a reel, pressure washer reel, we have a vacuum reel, and we have an extractor reel. So we have 5 reels in the van. Eventually, we would love to have the pressure washer on a reel in the shop as well, because we have an air hose reel and 2 electrical reels here. So the last thing would be to add a pressure washer hose here, pressure washer reel here at the shop, because that gets, you know, it makes life much easier putting things on reels. Another big use case is our compressors. Again, with the interior, we're using those things all the time. We've had that Craftsman pancake compressor. Then we upgraded to that rigid compressor. Then we upgraded to the 27-gallon DeWalt compressor here at the shop. So I don't know about compressors. I don't know. I'm not an expert at that. We just chose. I don't know. I was following whatever Lex said, and they've been working out great. Okay. Now on that same note though, is that we do use the cleaning gun. So the Vortex or the Tornador, we use those a lot. Those are a big staple in our operations, and we use it so much. It makes life so much easier. I think I'm gonna create like an interior cleaning like masterclass course, and that's gonna be like a huge staple in like how we do our operations, because we use that all the time. With the steamer, we actually use both pretty equally. So they're pretty, and they both work fantastically well. Like of course, the Pro Duo 6 will take the lead in terms of like performance wise, but for the price point of the Aqua Pro steamer, it's flawless as well. Now some things that we don't really use, or it's like minimal. Let's say the 2 cordless fans that we have from DeWalt. You know, if we're like working in the back and it's a little hot, we'll turn it on and kind of point it towards us. It helps to some regard. Primarily where we use it is when we are washing a vehicle in here and we're using iron remover and degreasers and stuff. We'll turn them on just to get some more airflow coming in. So you know, would it make or break if we didn't have them? No, not really, to be honest. And I think they're like $100 each, not including the battery. So we could definitely make without those, but it does help for what it is. That is, I believe, Lex coming up now. Yep. The other thing that we don't really use is I'm gonna move out the way so they can actually back up now. So another one we probably won't end up using is at least frequently, is the VersaClean spotter. It's called a spotter, but I'm gonna say spotter extractor so you guys know what I'm talking about. Because that's more for, as it says, a spotter. So like for specific stains, like on small areas, like chairs or like certain like rugs or something. So we probably won't go with that one just because we have the mighty HV60 Spider in the van. And again, we're gonna upgrade to like a bigger unit here at the shop. So, you know, the use cases where I would see that one, or even like the Aqua Provac that we have, that's not here, but that we have, is like if we need like a secondary extractor because the vehicle's just that dirty, or if it's like if the extractor is in the vehicle on the carpeting and seats, and then we still need to hit the floor mats, and we just have the spotter there ready to go, so we can just heat that one up and then get to the floor mats. That way we have two machines running at the same time. So that's how I'd see us using that machine, but it wouldn't be like we're using that one as a primary extractor for seat cleaning or carpeting, because it's not meant for large areas. Yes, you can do it. Like if you have like the Bizzle Pro Heat or whatever, you can use the smallest of smaller machine, but for our situation and context, it wouldn't work out for us. Now, a big downside to the cordless polishers is the batteries, right? Batteries aren't cheap, and not only that, but then you have to keep on charging them, and then you have to track like which ones are low, which ones are ready to go. So that's a big downside to cordless ones. But then also, if you go with corded, then you have all those cords all around the shop. So it's pros and cons to both, as long as you have a system in place to see like when you use what, and you're able to like mitigate how much cords and how much batteries and whatever, then it helps out. But for sure, like that's why we have everything DeWalt's, because obviously you'll just keep on using the same batteries across the different items that you have. But that is one thing where like we have about like 15 batteries in our cabinet that we got to keep track of. And because imagine like if we pick up a battery that's like we think it's ready to go but it's not charged, and then we get out there and it's dead, not a good thing. So we have our systems in place to make sure that doesn't happen, or at least we mitigate that to the lowest possibilities of that happening. But with batteries, with cordless, that's something that just kind of comes along with the pros of it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. Again, let me know what reviews you want to see of what specific tools. Again, for me, I am much more interested in hardware and tools versus chemicals, right? An APC will be an APC. Yes, there are gonna be some that are better than others, but as long as you're going with reputable name brand companies that put out good products, 8 out of 10 times that product is also gonna do very well. For some reason, it just got really loud out there. So that's why I'm not too concerned about like what's the best APC, what's the best degreaser, what's the best spray wax, what's the best ceramic coating. No, like that's not what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in, like actual hardware. What tools can make us faster? What tools can make us more efficient? Because in my experience, how I see things, the tools and hardware have a bigger impact on your operations versus just what's the better APC. My opinion, that's what I see it. So leave your comments, questions, concerns in the comment section down below. Good luck finding what you need to find in the description box for all those links. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one.